This podcast contains adult language and adult subject matter that may be inappropriate or triggering for some individuals. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey. Hello.
What would it take for me to slash someone's tires?
Yes.
Probably not much to start.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, if we're already in a car,
That's something for me to work out.
we already know that I'm very
What would it
on the
take for
edge.
me to slash your tires? Look at me wrong. Eat my food. Eat my food, like my leftovers.
Would you ever like carry Underwood, like because somebody cheated on you or broke up with you?
No, I would do
Revenge.
something else. Like I would do something like
Ruin
and
their character?
unfortunately everybody's gonna probably get a little bit of a light of why I'm single, because I was like, no, I'd probably do something to ruin his life for the long run, really. Like I would want that burn to last. So I would like
Yeah.
probably get his email address, subscribe him to like a bunch of weird shit, maybe like Jehovah's Witnesses. I can't say that word apparently. Jehovah's Witnesses. Anything really. Ruin that. Maybe take some credit cards. Let me not. So yes,
Let's
the
not
answer is
incriminate
yes.
ourselves.
I'm above ruining someone's car, but I'm not above ruining their life.
I love that.
So yikes.
Words to live by. I could see myself blacking out like Carrie Mulligan in
Carrie Mulligan. She's
Yeah.
always so sweet and soft. What movie?
that we went to see for my birthday.
Oh, Promising Young Women.
Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, where she kind of blacks out and like goes like after the guy's truck. I could do that on any given day on my way to or from work.
No, I definitely think you can. No, for sure you could.
I'm seconds away.
Yeah.
Everyone's just lucky I don't have a bat or a crowbar in my car.
No, I agree with that statement 100%. So I back that.
Literally on the way home today, why does everybody want to try me and test me on the road?
Like she won't hit them in her Honda.
You were already behind me. Yeah. In literally my mom's car.
She'll still fucking hit you. It doesn't matter.
You would have been scared in my car the last 2 days.
Would I've been
Even
scared
for me.
or impressed?
Yeah, good question.
Doesn't matter. But no, I mean, would you ruin someone's car?
Yeah, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
fuck with me while I'm driving to work.
Okay. So
Wouldn't take much, apparently.
the takeaway here is Brie and I are fucking crazy and we should get a little bit of help.
We should maybe go to therapy.
Brie should seek
Before.
therapy for rage, and I should probably seek therapy for being like a sociopath, being like, I want to ruin his life for the long run.
Right. What is the root of my road rage?
I'm scared.
Where does it stem
I
from?
don't want to unleash this. This is why we do the podcast to like hide from our problems.
Yeah.
No, don't put the light on us. But we should definitely be in the driver's seat helping you.
Yeah, totally know what I'm talking about.
We are the girls to help you.
Not professionals, never claim to be. But
No, that is true. We always have to edit everything with, I don't know though.
for legal reasons, I don't know.
No, for legal reasons, we don't know. We never said we knew. Rent-free roommates, never heard of her.
Oh, that's absurd.
Rent-free roommates in this economy? No, I think not.
I would never.
Sounds crazy.
But we're not in that situation. So actually, welcome everybody.
Hi,
If this is your first time joining us, I'm Bree.
I'm Abby.
And we're your rent-free roommates. They do exist.
No, it's real. It's not fake.
Clap if you believe. Thank you. Yes, so happy to be back. Happy to have you back. How have you been? What you been up to?
I'm average. Average. I think we should be honest. Like, that's what I would like the universe to get behind more.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about small talk. It's like, you're always so pressured to be like, things are great. And I'm like, no, actually.
The words come out of my mouth before I even process what they said.
I straight up tell everybody every single day when I walk into work how my night was, if it was good. I told everybody today, like, I literally give them updates. I'm like, last night sucked.
Good for you.
I do. I'm like, I had to bring my groceries home in the pouring rain. Do you know how? I was like, do you know how fun that was? And they just stared at me, and I was like, ugh.
You asked. Sit down.
I was like, I fucking hate small talk.
No, it's like it's one word. I'm good. How are you? Is one word. I'm not good. I'm rarely good.
Rarely. And again, everybody.
I'm okay at best.
We should be the ones helping you. Obviously. Those who can't do, teach.
Those who can't teach have podcasts.
Start a podcast. Because everybody has to hear their 2 cents.
Because I'm still going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm still going to do it.
Thank you.
Of course, babe. For anybody that doesn't know, that was a little Family Guy reference between Brie and I. And if you are new here, get used to that. Because that'll happen. So will the bits.
We hope that you are a fan of Family Guy and that you catch on. Because then it's fun little Easter eggs for you.
No, it's absolutely, you're going to enjoy the podcast 10 times more if you do that. And if you like movies, and if you like to follow people on social media. Yeah, right? You like that one? That was nice, right? I always come up with them on the fly, and I'm always like, I hope Brie likes this. I would do it for you.
Thanks.
And for you guys. And what you can do for us.
Yeah.
Is follow us.
Yeah.
Where?
All the social media. Well, I guess, what is all the social media? Because we just do the ones that matter. Facebook and Instagram.
Check. Twitter. Elon's kind of ruined that, but like we are on Twitter.
But yeah, basically.
Spotify.
Anywhere that.
YouTube.
Yeah. Anywhere that you go on a cycle, as soon as you pick up your phone, you open your phone, you go through all the apps. All of those, we are rent-free roommates everywhere except for Twitter. We are rent-free roomies.
If you're a cool roomie, and I hope you are, you'll follow us on all of them. And maybe even leave a little review.
Yeah. Rate us, review, subscribe, please share. Sharing is caring.
Yes. And the world needs a little bit more of that, I think.
Yeah, we should all share.
And
good stuff.
Only the good.
Yeah.
And only be honest. And do you like how this has started from me being like, I'll kill someone, to being like, you should be honest. You should just be honest and give back.
Not a people pleaser. Never flip flop on what I say.
Mm-mm. No, and if I'm a lady who stands
Complete
behind
integrity.
her words. So.
But yes, we would also love to hear from you. If you have anything you want to share with us, whether it be you're asking for advice, got a story you want to tell us, love to hear it, want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
And
we're nosy. Fucking nosy.
Or you have something you want to celebrate, we're here for that too. Mm-hmm. Let us know. You can email us at rentfreeroommates@gmail.com. That's rentfreeroommates@gmail.com.
Boom. I always have to give her a look like, spell it, bitch. It's almost, again, we just do things for each other. I'm like, I got to come up with a sassy little segue to follow us. She's got to spell rent-free roommates for me. It's just a relationship. You got to give back. It's 50-50. And that's why we're so happy. And that's why I won't ruin her life. She won't ruin my car.
Yeah.
I could never key somebody's car
tires.
Strictly because...
The feel?
Yeah. I'll throw up right now. Like, it's just... I hate it. Yeah. Sorry, listeners.
Into myself
sorry, roomies, because I'm sure that's going to make you cringe, too.
Yeah. I will say, every time I do hear that line, I dug my key into the side of your... Blah, 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 blah,
Pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive.
You
yeah, bitch.
know those
yep.
words.
Mm-hmm.
They left me halfway through.
Yeah.
But because I was thinking about doing it.
I know. I'm like, I don't actually care that much. He really wasn't that good in bed. It's fine.
This feels terrible.
I'm like, oh my God, no, keep him, girl. Keep him. But if you guys have any crazy stories about that too, let us know. Because I would love to hear that. And I'm sure that they were in the wrong and that you're perfect and you didn't do anything.
We're on your side.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my car to be going.
No. Obviously, I know you're willing to do some stuff. So I'm willing to be like, and what they do.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. If you know anybody or you did it yourself, please let us know. I want to hear that story.
Tea. We want that tea.
Here for that, for sure. Mm-hmm. And on that note, let's get into it.
Yes, let's do it. I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh no.
Obviously, yeah. Your car's fucked. No. Shit. If you don't watch Cocaine Bear with me, I'm gonna snap.
Oh my God, you really had me going. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what did I do?
I am mad.
Yes.
I'm mad. Look at me.
I'm sorry.
I'm pissed. Ooh. Yeah. I scrunched my nose at her, guys. Because here's the thing, everybody. That movie is everything and more. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like everything you need that you didn't know you needed. Like, you want to laugh? Watch Cocaine Bear. You want to get a little bit scared? Watch Cocaine Bear. You want to see Ray Liotta? Watch Cocaine Bear. You want to see a hot guy? Watch Cocaine Bear. You want to see kids do cocaine, but not really? Watch Cocaine Bear.
I don't want that part.
Well, maybe not that one, but it is funny when they do it.
Okay.
Hard sell. Probably not what I should have led with, but it's so good, and I just need you.
I'm sure I'm gonna end up liking it.
You're gonna like it
whenever I watch it. I don't know what my mental block is.
It's because I want you to do it so bad, and you're being like a little sister right now.
You and so many people though, like I think it's that annoying thing where when everybody loves so hard on something, and I'm just like, ugh. The trailer both made. Finally watching like the full trailer, I was like, okay, that does look kind of funny. But then there were even parts of the trailer where I was like, how long is this?
You know what? Not long enough, let me tell you, is what I have to say about it. And here's the thing.
It's just so odd. It came out of nowhere. I think it's like,
I want you to know, just like, it's so unexpected. The laughter is what I have to say. Like, everybody, I was on a date too when I was watching this movie, and like I think my date thought it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put on Cocaine Bear, like a stupid movie, and I was like, actually no. Like I was like, I literally looked at them, I was like, I hope you're enjoying the movie, because
Take
like
notes.
I am.
I want to discuss it after.
I was like, what's been your favorite part? Blah 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 blah. I was literally like, no, stop. They were like, I'm having such a good time. I'm like, shh.
Great.
Stop.
I would be if you weren't talking.
I can't hear the movie.
Shh.
Do you want to leave, actually?
You know what? Nothing pisses me off faster than somebody shushing me. That is one of the rudest things you can do. Like for like in a real context.
Oh, I was like, I'm just trying to trigger Brie. That's what this entire podcast is about today. I'm just trying to piss her off.
We're triggering ourselves.
I don't know what our problem is. Why are we so mad?
Apparently we've been keeping a lot of stuff in lately.
I told
We're
you
just
guys,
letting it all out.
I said I was average, and I meant it.
I'm just okay.
We're just okay. On this podcast, we get real, and we tell you how it is. We're not hiding it. But on that note, we should probably go help someone else.
Yeah.
Yay!
New friend I thought I made was trying to recruit me to join her MLM scam or
oh my
cult.
God, I knew it. Judas.
I felt very excited when a new connection was made at the park while bike riding. This random woman came up to me, talking to me, and we instantly hit it off. We met up a few times to talk, drink, go shopping, the whole 9 yards. We talked about travel, her kids, my life, her life, everything you can think of. Small talk, getting a feel for one another. I felt she genuinely was trying to get to know me. And with the pandemic making us all feel all sorts of different ways, I was so down to make a new friend. We talked for 2 hours and decided to plan a double date with our partners. My fiance, being an introvert, didn't like to be dragged to meet new people. He vouched and went anyways because he wanted to support me. He felt incredibly uneasy about my newfound friendship with this woman. I assured him that she's nice enough and I'm trying to get to know her. I even joked with her about how friendly she was when we first met, like she was trying to sell me something. She always laughed it off and we decided to meet up at the Panera Bread. Beware of meeting up at Panera Bread. It's always Panera Bread. Why?
Is that what they said?
That's funny.
Oh my God.
That also is like on, like, I believe it.
Oh yes. I don't know why that seems like the perfect place.
It's fancy trash. It's trash with the facade. It's like when your landlord paints over the door where it's like, oh, it's brand new. Look how nice.
Stop. I love Panera so much.
I do too. But like because it's a sit down and just like the decor, I feel like even when I was little, I was like, oh, this is fancy. I was like, we're eating out. We're fucking Panera.
We're living the high life tonight, boys.
It's a bread bowl with chicken noodle
Yeah, I was
soup in
going to
it.
say, yeah, I'll take the bread bowl. I know it's more.
Okay. Her husband was there and her demeanor changed and she looked like a robot, no longer talking about anything other than what we do for a living. They brought up their mentors and how they don't work, travel all the time, blah, blah, blah. The husband was a sales manager and really wants to quit and have a business proposal for us, blah, blah, blah. I was done when she brought up some very emotional and intimate talks we had in the weeks we've known each other. In the end, the connection was hollow and I grew very livid. We walked out, blocked, plain and simple. Good for you. She walked right out of that Panera.
She'd key her car. For sure. But go ahead.
The car that she got from her MLM.
Ooh.
I can't help but feel so stupid, so disappointed because we genuinely created a small friendship, managed to reel me in for weeks without one word about her MLM scheme. These MLM con artists are getting creative. She never brought up anything MLM in the weeks we've known each other, and we ended the non-consensual meeting and left. My fiance and I grabbed drinks at the bar after that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I think you're being really hard on yourself here. Like, sounds like this person was like a shady bitch. And like, you wouldn't know unless you knew.
Right.
Because they didn't lead up to it. And, you know, that's what a con artist is going to do.
Yeah.
But I think what you need to look at here is how fucking smart you were and to not to fall into that shit.
Right. To just, as soon as you...
I mean, you called a spade a spade.
Yeah. As soon as you recognize it, you were like, bye, bitch.
Right. So, like, yeah, I mean, time wasted. Like, let me not downplay the connection you thought you were building, because that is really disappointing.
Yeah.
But I think, like, God, in the grand scheme of things, at least you were able to get out now. Like, I think that's how we can look at the situation. Is like,
100%.
at least we, like, the worst thing that came out of this was like a couple of deep conversations, which again, not to downplay,
Right.
does suck. But, like, especially with MLMs, like, what they can do to people. I'm sorry, but, like, that LuLaRoe documentary we watched that one time. Like,
Yeah.
I just, like, you watch.
LuLaRoe is, yeah.
Oh, do I always say it wrong?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What even is it anymore?
Who is it? Who is she? Shit leggings. But
Yes.
anyway, I'm not wrong.
No.
It is a good documentary, but like you should watch that if you're ever feeling down about this scenario, because like that documentary shows how those MLMs just like fucks like some people. Like if you're not in the top 1%, you're not making money. And so like,
Yeah, this lady sounds like she's like way up there.
Right.
She's in deep. Like she's a fucking professional.
yeah, no, and she knows how to like sabotage. And like honestly, she's preying on people looking for connection. So shame on her.
Yeah.
We should go fucking find her car.
Yeah.
No, you know what? We should
My eyes
do you
just
have
lit
her
up.
email? We can sign her up for stuff.
Yeah.
Bree and I will use our craziness to come together but no, like I said, grand scheme, like we got out of this so like before anything terrible could happen here.
Right. You lost what, $27 for Panera.
It does suck. No, I'm just kidding. I love Panera.
You didn't lose. You didn't like put down a new mortgage on
your
house.
Yeah, like some of these people lose their houses. And that's like,
it's insane.
And those people are so selfish because like they know.
She's a life ruiner.
She
ruins people's lives.
That's what she does. That's what she said.
Yeah, it's so scary, and it's infuriating because they
should be illegal. I don't like.
They're called MLMs now so that they are not called pyramid schemes, which is what they are.
Yes.
They use certain verbiage so that they don't get caught and so that they can't so that it's legal. It's literally just using certain verbiage. Cause like even in the documentary that you were talking about, they have some of the recorded Zoom calls and stuff, and somebody uses the wrong words and they're like, oh, we can't use that.
They're like, oh, we're going to kill her.
Yeah. They're like, no, we are calling it. And it's so they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And that sucks too, because again, you were looking for something genuine and they were just totally taking advantage of that and trying to prey on you, which again, shame on them. I wish them nothing but ill will. Because I'm a spiteful bitch. But no, that fucking sucks. And that's going to be really disappointing. And unfortunately, I wish I could give you advice on how to pinpoint that in people. But you really don't know manipulative people until you do. So I think just focus on I don't want it to shut you out of trying to meet people and form those bonds. Yeah. But I think my advice would be here is just to keep doing what you're doing, is when you see those red flags, understanding take them for what they are and walk away. Mm-hmm. And then,
if anything, now you have a great story to make new friends with.
That's a really good icebreaker. I would definitely talk to you.
Listen to this.
I would be shut the fuck up. Tell me more.
Yeah.
I'd be what's her name?
Yeah.
I would want to know everything. And then we would probably start a really good friendship there.
Yeah.
So it's a great story. You should lead with it.
But yeah, definitely don't get down on yourself.
It's crazy.
She's a master manipulator. That's literally how she's making her money. And you're right for calling her a con artist, because that is exactly what she is.
If anything, you should just tell people about her. I mean, you know her name.
Yeah, blacklist her.
You could.
Because that's where these MLMs finally, their demise comes in, is because the only way you make money from it is getting more people to join and having all these people under you. And the more they get, the more you get. Mm-hmm. And so then if everybody around you in an area is selling all the same shit, there's nobody left to buy it. Right. And that's where, so then it's just over.
Yeah.
Then where do you go? People go online, but that's even more saturated. Then it's everybody in the world selling the same shit.
Let's ruin her life. But no, I definitely understand where you're coming from, though, because I have had people from my hometown who are part of MLM schemes.
Oh, yeah.
And
we all know them.
I used to get so excited when, before I obviously caught on, because I would be because they start them out so friendly and cordial. So I get where you're coming from of the excitement, and that it's nice to talk to somebody or hear from somebody or make it seem like you're making that connection. Because they would always be hey girl, hope you're doing well, it's been forever, oh, blah 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 blah. And I'm you started out, and then they're do you want to be your own boss? And I'm oh my god,
boss bitch,
I really thought you cared.
And that's the grossest part too, is that
they prey on that human connection that people want, and that's fucked.
The human connection of single moms or army wives, just women who are at home for one reason or another, mm-hmm. who are trying to make their own money, who are trying to do something that they feel is just theirs, but they also have to take care of their family, which is the biggest job in the entire world, and is completely thankless, and nobody actually appreciates it as much as it should be. But they're trying to do this on top of that, and then they're just completely taken advantage of and have the rug pulled out from under them. That's what really grinds my gears.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is you can't get down on yourself.
It's so gross.
Because again, you got out before it ever got any further. And it sounds like, I mean, and not to like even get on yourself even more, but because again, you will never know people's true intentions for you until like you obviously do break that ice. And like you're not psychic, you're not going to know that. Unfortunately, it's going to be trial and error with people, and I don't think that should like make you jaded or not open to other relationships that could come about. But I think just again, keep like paying attention to those red flags and take them for what they are. Like, don't really like, I think that's the thing we do by human nature is like when we're meeting people too. And like, again, this person didn't really give you any indicator, but like just in general, I'm like, I feel like we make excuses for people. We're like, oh, but like, I don't really know them yet. Maybe this is this. But I'm like, so no, if you see a red flag, I think you need to like clock it and be like, what the fuck? And that's what you did.
And question.
And that's what you know to do. Like, you know how to walk away. You know how to do that. So, like, I don't think you're somebody who can be manipulated. So that's why I'm like, you shouldn't feel silly because you did something that I don't think a lot of people would do so boldly.
Right. Yeah.
And being like, dude, fuck you. You're weird.
Literally until I read this story, I didn't know that people were doing that. I didn't know because I just always get everything on fucking Facebook. I don't use my own personal Facebook anymore. Like, I have it because that's my only connection to some certain people, but like I don't use that shit anymore, and that's the only place I was getting MLM. I didn't know people were out here like hitting people up, making friends, being super friendly just so that they can pull them into an MLM. Like that's scary. It's creepy.
It is scary. It is really scary.
It's so gross.
Like, you're just as much of a predator.
Yeah.
Like,
it takes this type of person.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not far.
Right.
I feel like from that because it's
like narcissistic.
Takes a lot of the same skill sets.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. And, you know,
it's so
it's just
creepy.
really concerning because it just takes such a like an eye for like people that they would quote unquote consider like vulnerable or prey. So like that's weird because you're not even viewing people as like people. You're viewing them as like prey and predator. And honestly, that is like a sign of narcissism, is if like you believe people are like that, like the world is inherently, people are divided by like better or not better. Like that's a sign of narcissism. So like you already have that going for you.
Yeah.
And then the fact of like you don't really have a concern for like if this person succeeds, it's
there's
just
no remorse.
Right. It's just going to help you succeed. And it's like, God, you wouldn't want somebody like, again, grand scheme. Why would you want something like, you don't want that.
If anything, she was like, that bitch.
Yeah.
When
if anything,
walked out, which is like, excuse you.
Yeah. I hope her fucking Red Bull tasted like shit after that.
Yeah. It does make me sad because I don't want you to get jaded by this because I think it's so cool that you aren't jaded before this, that you were so willing to just talk to this random lady who was being super friendly. Because my introverted ass is like, I'd be like, what is going on? Like, it depends on how charming the person is. Like, I would love to know how she was coming off or how she came off initially, because I think I'm very much like your fiance, where I'm just like, whoa. Which is like so disappointing when I think about it, that I'm not more open to just be like, oh, this person just wants to be friends. That I'm like, what are you getting at? I'm so cynical
about you.
Might be a bit too cynical.
You're like, what do you want from me?
So I love that you were so open to that.
I was going to say, Bree's over here like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. I don't got much.
Do you want me to you don't want to put me in an MLM, do you?
Yeah, that's the new, I have a boyfriend.
It is.
I don't want to be part of an MLM.
Are you trying to put me in an MLM? If you ever, no, then this is how you should insult people now when you're pissed at them.
Yes.
The takeaways here are, you shouldn't feel crazy or like bad because this person is obviously
a master at what they're doing.
A master at what they're doing, has done this before, and can do this and has been successful. That's why she does like all of this too. So again, like that's not anything. Who comes up to somebody thinking, again, like all jokes aside, being like, this person's going to put me in an MLM scheme.
Right.
No.
It's
like,
so far from
right. So like,
thought.
how could you have thought that meeting them? Like there's no way you would have known that. You were just being receptive to a potential friend and connection. And I don't think you should fault yourself for that. The next point is you trusted your intuition. You got out when you saw the red flags and you weren't about it.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes. And like, you're going to find the right people based on that because you know what you want and what you don't want in a friend. So boom, got that. Mm-hmm. And then
it was just one bad person. Don't let
one
them
bad person. Great way, Brie.
ruin this good characteristic of you, because I think that's a great thing that you're like willing to hear people out. You're open to making new friends. And I love that.
And they're not always going to be gems. Unfortunately, it's just trial and error too.
Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing everything right. It was just one bad egg.
I was just about to say that. Wow.
Don't let it get you down.
And you can always email us too to talk. Like, we're not a part of an MLM. We just, we do kind of start every podcast about follow us. Little culty, I won't lie.
You don't have to give us any money, though.
No, you don't have to give us any money. You just have to give us your
buy-in.
time, your affection, your love.
Yeah. Words of praise. Tell us we're pretty.
Yes. That's all. But no, email us too if you ever just want to talk to somebody. If you're feeling down, if you want to just let us know how you're doing. You had a good day, bad day. You need that connect. It doesn't always need to be an in-person connection. You've got some virtual friends here.
Yeah, you're officially a roomie, so you got us. I hope that makes you happy.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us, and for letting us know. Like, now we know to look out for.
Now I know if somebody invites me to Panera,
people.
They might be asking me to be an MLM.
I'm gonna be people watching so hard at Panera. From now on.
Yeah, you've just given us a lot here.
Yeah,
so much to take away. So.
And we all hate MLM, so I love that. I love trash talking in MLM.
Same. And if you ever want to do it again, you know where to find us.
Thank you so much.
Why were we talking about Will Ferrell?
Yeah. Did we watch Elf?
Yes.
Okay.
We watched Elf, and I tried to say that put Will Ferrell on the map, and you were like, no, he was already on the map.
No.
And I knew you were right away.
But in a very different way. He was like, it was like his breakout thing. And that was, people were like, Will Ferrell for this happy little children's movie?
I loved it.
That's weird.
I have such good fond memories about it. I went and saw it at the Kalahari. Bitch. It was nice. But anyway, I knew you were right as soon as you said it, but I hate old school. I think it's a really dumb movie, and I didn't like it as a kid because that's when I saw it. And I understood a lot of it. So that wasn't the issue, though. I'm just trying to tell you that, like, young Abby was similar to Dakota Fanning in Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, where, like, she had it all planned out. She didn't like the nonsense. Like, it was stupid. I didn't like that humor. Same with 40-Year-Old Virgin. I remember, like, I was probably, like, 9 or 10 watching that movie, and I walked out because I was like, I don't care. It's dumb. And I knew you were right when you were like, no, old school put him on the map. And I was just like, no, incorrect. And you were like, no, I'm right. And I was like, no.
You were full-fledged little sister mode.
Yeah, I was.
You were pissing me off.
I know I was. And I was happy to do it, too. And I'll do it again.
You're like, no, he was already on SNL. I was like, yeah, but he wasn't that. It was just like, if you watched SNL, if you're not an avid SNL watcher, you didn't really know much about him. Yeah, you really got my blood boiling.
I love to do it. Like I said, I'll do it again. It's what I'm here for. It's what I was put on this earth to do.
Yeah, you and my little sister are the same age, and you also have the same tactics. Because it's in those moments when you are like fully little sister, it's like triggering. I'm like, God damn it, I'm back to having a fight with Mary Jane. And I never win.
I know.
I keep losing them.
I don't want to make any more deals with her. I don't want to have any more fights. No, I know how toxic young siblings can be too.
I was like, I moved out. I'm not supposed to be
like,
having
I was
these
supposed
fights
to get
anymore.
away from this. Will Ferrell did get his start in old school. I swear to God, she's like crying because she's so pissed.
I learned it from a thing I saw on Netflix.
She's like, somebody told me. Oh yeah, because you watch the movies we love.
It's so good.
It is good.
Gotta watch it.
Everybody watch it. Everybody loves it.
Unless it is on Netflix. So if they kick you off, then don't watch it because fuck you, Netflix.
I don't even know what Netflix is trying to do. They don't know what they're trying to do.
I'm just saying, after the whole Love is Blind debacle,
one thing they got is nerve.
Yeah.
Nerve.
They made that an issue. Everybody called them out on it.
And they said, you know what we're going to do?
Fucked us all. And they were like, well, actually, we're also going to do this.
They're like, keep talking.
And we said,
yeah, they said, say it again. They said, you should have just ate your food.
You know what?
They little sistered you.
I know you forced my hand, but no, you know what? I actually quit you. You didn't force me off. I'm just not watching Netflix anymore.
Is that how you feel when you argue with me? Sure, Jan.
I'm not fired. I quit. It's that whole thing.
Sure, Jan. Like that. We have once again started this off by triggering ourselves. What the fuck is our problem? After this episode, we should just take a walk or something. Maybe write down some good things that are going
separately.
Something good going on in our life. Like, it seems like we need to do like a little bit of
something funny, but not Will Ferrell. It's too close. Moving on.
Let's get into this last story. I, 25, set a goal for myself as a teenager to get to 120 pounds, and I finally hit it. I can't really tell anyone in real life because a lot of people closest to me struggle with dysmorphia or EDs, and I don't want to trigger them, and just in general, it can come off a bit tone deaf to celebrate being thin and gaining weight. But I was malnourished for a spell as an infant, and it severely set me behind on the growth curve. I was underdeveloped for most of my childhood, and when I caught up to everyone in terms of growth and height, I still couldn't catch up in weight. My doctor was sometimes mad about it, as if I were underweight on purpose, but in my case, it genuinely bothered me. I hated it and kind of had a bit of a Napoleon complex, lol. And I really wanted to gain some weight and stop being constantly underweight and looking malnourished. I set a goal to get to 120 pounds when I was 14. Started weightlifting at 15, which helped, but ultimately wasn't able to hit my goal until I stepped on the scale last night. I checked again today, still there. I'm over the moon. 14-year-old me would probably be sad if they knew how long it had taken, but I'm really happy right now. I'm really healthy at this point in my life, and all it took was 11 years, lifting weights regularly, creatine, testosterone therapy for a couple years, and antidepressants. But I made it. I'm going to keep lifting and see what happens. I like looking in the mirror a lot more now.
Yay! I love that! Congratulations!
That's really nice. Like, that's really, really beautiful.
That's huge.
I really loved like the progress reading this too.
Yeah.
Especially the ending when you're like, I really like looking in the mirror now. I felt really happy for you because like, I think just like speaking from having like some of my own like body concerns in some areas, like it feels really good to just be in the mirror or step on a scale and just see a number or something that you're proud of, knowing that like possibly not where you want to be at, but it's like you feel good.
Yeah.
And it's really important and it feels so good. So I'm really happy for you. And I think like it doesn't matter how long it took you to get there as long as like you've hopefully been healthy along the way too 100%. Is what would like my only concern be.
Yeah. I think 14-year-old you would be so proud of you right now.
Yeah.
I think they'd be so excited to hear that you get there.
That is the thing that like I would think is the most important thing here is that like, so what? It took you a little bit, but like you're in a place and it sounds like you had your own hurdles to get through when you're listing everything. But like it took time too. Yeah. And like you were putting in the work. It's not like you were just like sitting there and hoping you would gain the weight and then this.
Right.
Like you were taking active steps to get there.
Yeah.
And it was just your body needed to start working with you.
Right.
So I don't think it was anything that like you should ever like get down on yourself about too, because it's not like you were just waiting for the progress to be made. You've been on this journey.
Yeah.
And I really love too that like, I I just did like a little happy dance when you were like, I got on the scale again and it's still there.
Yeah.
And like that, because like that's a great feeling too. And I love that like you're going to the gym, you're lifting weights, you're getting strong. It's not about like being thin. It's just about like being the best version and healthiest version of you.
Right. You're taking care of yourself.
Right. And I'm like, that doesn't come off as tone deaf at all. I can totally see how it like one might think that. But like coming from your background, being like strongly behind the growth curve and all that and being malnourished, like completely things that like didn't set you on the path for success. So like this is totally worth celebrating here.
Absolutely. Like, well, and you're fighting a losing battle in today's, like, in just with societal pressures and in today's world, because people don't want to hear about people that have trouble gaining weight, and also people have something to say about fucking everything.
They do.
So if you were eating like all of this food, or like trying to do like eating the things that people that have trouble losing weight are told to stay away from, they'd be like, oh, like either like must be nice, or would have so much to say about like, oh, you shouldn't be eating that. Because even the thinnest of people will make comments on what they're eating, and that just baffles me that anybody's making any comment on what anybody is eating. Like, what do you have to say about it? Like, literally, you're not part of this. Right. I am trying to feed my body, and that's that. Like, I'm just trying to nourish it, and that's all there is. What do you shouldn't have an opinion about this? Like, why are you talking to me about this stuff?
The only thing that triggered me reading this was like the doctor's comments about being like getting mad at you or making it seem like you weren't trying, because it's like a doctor of all people, especially one who like hopefully like paid attention to their education, knowing that somebody's malnourished, talking about like the things that you've had to attempt to do to start gaining your weight as well, or get on like a healthy path. I'm just a little bit shocked that they would like go as far as to like put that on you as well, because I'm like, one also would know that like adding that stressor too is just like not how you really get your body to cooperate with you.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, is being mad is not going to solve that.
Right.
Because God forbid it is a situation where it's a young person who is influenced and does listen to the media and things like that, and is giving in and does develop an eating disorder when their body already is giving them a hard time in trying to gain weight so that it's at a health, so that it can take care of itself too. And so that you're healthy and you can keep going and you have the right energy and all that, like just so you can just get through the day and stuff like that, to have an ED on top of that.
Horrible bedside
and then you're
manner.
You're going to be mad at them. Let's get to the root of the issue.
Right. Like,
and support any kind of progress.
Yeah, that right there, that part was like especially triggering for me, just because like, why are you in your field if you're not here to help somebody and get them on the right path? And like, if you do think they're potentially doing something that's putting them behind further, the way to go about it is not by getting angry with them, because again, like whether it's a parent, a teacher, whatever, once they're in a vulnerable situation, and the way you react is going to set the tone for how they want to continue to like create that relationship as well. So like they might hide something from you, and like they, you know, like who knows what could have happened, you know, if there were like another issue behind it taking longer. Like they weren't setting you up for like an open dialogue relationship there for you to actually get better. So that pisses me off. So just know your doctor's on my shit list for that. But no, just know that like that's triggering, and I'm like, I can't imagine that really like probably put you in a great mindset either. But I think just the more like important thing to focus on here is that like you got there.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like even more so, good on you for sticking it to them.
Well, sticking it to them and then
being like, well, look.
Well, that, but like also not giving up too.
Yes.
Because I mean, it's really easy to get down on yourself, and like not to say that you didn't have those like instances where it felt like you weren't going to accomplish that, but I think it just speaks to like what a strong person you are, that like you're like, oh, 14-year-old me would maybe be a little disappointed with like how long it took, but like 14-year-old you should know that should know like this about herself is that you're a determined individual.
Yeah.
Set out to do what it takes to get you to a healthy place, and you don't give up on yourself. And that's how much you love yourself and want yourself to grow and succeed. And 14-year-old self would probably love you for that, knowing that in 11 years, she's going to be like taken care of and love herself and want to continue to be better. And I think that's the important thing to focus on here. So it's just like what you've done for you.
Right. Something taking a long time does not diminish the accomplishment.
Correct.
It should not diminish the accomplishment. It's huge.
You could be 25 and not be 120 pounds, but you are.
Yeah, it just, you get there when you get there. You get there when you're meant to get there, and you kept going, and that's the most important part, like Abby was saying. Like, it's just, it says so much about you, and that's huge. Like, congratulations, because that is so, it's so exciting.
It is.
And you know what, if it happened faster, there's a chance that maybe you would have taken it for granted, and like maybe if it came easier or faster, maybe it wouldn't have stuck. Maybe it would have been something that wasn't
exactly,
like, we never know.
It's a what if, you know. But
you worked for it.
You did,
and you kept going and just kept pushing. And you got there, and you're on the right track. Just keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing amazing.
Yeah. I mean, whether you want to like push it past this weight, stay at this weight, I don't think that is like the issue, because we already know that like you'll put in the work you need to be the best version of yourself.
Right.
So,
you are in control now. Like, you totally
you know
have
what
the
you
upper
can
hand
do.
now. Yeah.
Like, there's so much you learned about yourself, and I think that's probably what this journey was meant for too. At least in my opinion, if I'm like trying to find like the positive outlook, just because that sentence really stuck with me. And I feel like I focused on it a lot, but I'm just like, I really want to like just drill it in on how much I think this journey says about you as an individual, and what you're willing to do and how far you're willing to go for yourself. And I think that's maybe like what this was meant to show you. And when you do feel those weak moments again, you can look back on this and be like, I worked for something for 11 years and I got that outcome. Like, you understand, like, and like you were set up not like for success, like from the get-go here. Right. Just your entire journey from like your 25 years of life. You're an incredible individual. And I think everything, like, no matter the time frame that you've done thus far, is worth celebrating and being talked about, because it's really important, and it sets like a huge just like example for anyone else following too, and letting them know that like maybe it's taking them 9 years and they think they'll never get there, and then they read your story and they know, oh, this took this person longer, but they got there. I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this too, is that like you're just in like a wonderful example of human strength, mentality, determination, and somebody else hopefully will come across this podcast and hear your story and feel inspired by it, whether it is relating to like food, maybe going to the gym, doing this. Like, I just think the overall message of this is really strong, and you should be really proud of yourself.
I agree. Absolutely agree. Because I hope it all goes into the whole body positivity thing. Body positivity should not be gatekept by plus size people. It is not just ours. It is for everybody. And this is just yet another example of why we need to stop making any kind of comment on people's bodies.
Yeah.
Whether we think it's a compliment or not, you just don't know what the situation is. You don't know what that person's journey has been. And you don't know where they are in the journey. Because also, you already know that the journey is not a straight line, that it is not just A to B. There are so many side steps. There's forks in the road. There's twists and turns. There is so much. So if you do ever backslide a little bit, it does not take away from the accomplishment. It's just things that happen. It's still a journey, and just keep going. You already know that you have it in you to keep going. So don't ever get down on yourself if something does change. You know that you can figure it out. You've already done it. So keep going. And because I think there's a lot of people, especially with any kind of recovery process with your body, that as soon as we like backslide a little bit, we just throw it all out the window. Mm-hmm. That's like diet culture and things like that. When you're keeping something from yourself and then you just give in a little bit, it's like, well, all my progress is gone. Hell no, it's not. You've done so much work. You've made so much progress doing like one little thing, one little misstep, or one little thing going back and feeling like you're not, instead of moving forward, you've sidestepped, or just something different has happened, does not take away from what you have already done. Mm-hmm. So just keep adding on to it, because you're doing, it's incredible. What you've done is huge, and you deserve to celebrate yourself. And I understand it's nice for you to try to, you want to be sensitive around your friends because they're still on their journey. So that is hard, but this is exactly the kind of thing of why we say, if you have anything to celebrate, let us know, because we want to be there for you for these times, because you do deserve to celebrate yourself. So we are here for it. So proud of you. Keep going. You're amazing. I love this.
I don't think I could add anything else to that. This is what we're here for. And it really means a lot to us too when we get to get to experience this vulnerability with you too. Like, we really appreciate it, and we always just kind of hope that, like, at the very least, if what we say doesn't help, you leave this conversation or listening to this episode knowing that somebody's listening and rooting for you.
Yeah, that's us. We are rooting for you the whole time.
Kris Jenners, all day, every day.
You're doing great, sweetie.
You really are, babe.
Yeah, genuinely, you are doing great, and you are an inspiration. I do hope that more people start to see, just because somebody maybe in their eyes has something easy where they have it hard, that's not how we should be seeing things, especially when it's tied to our bodies. It should be, oh, I can do what I'm trying to fight for. I can lose my weight because look how hard she worked to gain her weight, because she had so much working against her. Mm-hmm. And that's like such a hard, like, people never talk about that. So it's not even like you have like a jumping off point.
Yeah.
We all talk way too much about weight loss. So there's a million different things. Like, it's almost overwhelming, all of the information, and a lot of misinformation.
Well, it is.
It really is inspiring. I hope that you can appreciate that. Yes. What you've done is inspiring, even to me. Like, it's so cool to hear somebody be able to accomplish what you've been working on for so long. And that it really is just like so much fighting against you. So it's a super tough battle. Like, it is an uphill battle, and you fucking got there, girl.
You got there. You got there. And that's what I love about this too, is that's what I'm saying. It's such an inspiring story on so many different levels. And I'm so happy that you were vulnerable enough to share this with us, because it's a lot of sensitive information provided. So we really want to thank you for that. And we're very happy for you. And to anybody else listening, if you have something that you want to celebrate, talk about with us, just need a shoulder to cry on or an ear that'll listen, email us, rentfreeroommates@gmail.com. We are here for you, babes.
We're here for it. Thank you so much. I agree. Couldn't have said it better. We appreciate both of our roomies who wrote in, and we love hearing from you guys. Can't wait to hear from more. Email us. You know where we are. Share.
Come on.
Subscribe.
Like, no, if you're listening, you know where we are. So you need to be taking action. Okay?
It's a very aggressive episode.
It's very aggressive. And review us, but don't talk about my attitude.
Yeah, leave a review. I would love it.
Don't talk about my attitude. I meant it.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. Welcome back anytime. Hope we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.